Music theory lesson in under 30 seconds. Go! Note values. Whole note, semi-brave, hold for 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Half note, minim, hold for 2 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Quarter note, crotchet. Crotch. Hold for 1 beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Eighth note, quaver, half a beat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 16th note, semi-quaver, hold for a quarter of a beat. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. 32nd note, demi-semi-quaver, hold for an eighth of a beat. I'm not counting that. Music theory lesson in under 30 seconds. Go! Time signatures. For this example, we're using 4/4. Top number, number of beats in the bar. Bottom number, note value of the beat. So 1/4/4 bar is 4 quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1 bar. 4/4 falls under what is considered simple time. A time signature like 6/8 is considered compound time. In simple time, the eighth notes are divided into groups of 2. Compound, divided into groups of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 beats in the bar where the eighth note gets the beat. Music theory lesson in under 30 seconds. Go! Rests. A rest means you don't fucking play. Whole rest. Looks like a hole. Hold for 4 beats. Half rest. Looks like a hat. Hold for 2 beats. Quarter rest. Looks like someone bumped your arm while you're writing. Hold for 1 beat. Eighth rest. Actually resembles an eighth note. Hold for half a beat. 16th rest. Looks like an eighth rest with an extra tail. Hold for a quarter of a beat. 32nd rest. 3 tails. Hold for an eighth of a beat. Now take the concept of not playing and use it to confuse the nearest drummer. Music theory lesson in under 30 seconds. Go! The staff. The staff is the line or lines where you put the notes. Horizontal movement on the staff is time. Vertical placement on the staff with some exceptions is pitch. The one we all know and guitar players hate is the 5-line staff. The arrangement of the notes on the staff is determined by the clef. Next lesson. 2 5-line staffs stacked together is called a grand staff. The sheet that has every single player's individual parts on it is called the score. Percussion can sometimes be notated on a single line. You can put the note on the line, above the line, or below the line. Taking the coward's way out is known as the tab. Music theory lesson in under 30 seconds. Go! Clefs. Your greatest fear. Reading notes. Treble clef. Higher pitched instruments. Notes on the line. Everybody goes binge drinking Friday. Notes between the lines. Bass. Your fear of music theory. Bass clef. Low notes. Notes on the lines. Government bailouts don't fix anything. Notes between the lines. Anyone can eventually graduate. Alto clef. No, get it away from me. Percussion clef. For instruments that don't have a pitch. For percussion, notes with a round head usually have a boomy sound. Notes with an X on them have a dingy sound. Drum set notation. Each line will indicate whether it's a kick, snare, toms, or cymbals. Music theory lesson in under 30 seconds. Go! Ledger line. A ledger line is used to write notes beyond the 5-line staff. You can go either above it or below it. A ledger line in between the bass clef and the treble clef is middle C, because it's in the middle. Generally speaking, ledger lines are a pain in the ass to read, so composers avoid using them. Bagpipers only have to use one ever. Instruments that play on a higher register than the treble clef will often just use the treble clef. Same thing applies to instruments that play in a lower register than the bass clef. These are called transposing instruments. Alternatively, an octave symbol can be used to indicate this. Octave up, octave down. Music theory lesson in under 30 seconds. Go! Musical alphabet. Musical alphabet goes from A, B, C, D, E, F to G. Except in German music where it can go to H. You'd think that would be pretty straightforward and easy to remember, right? Wrong! Notes on the treble clef go from E to F. Notes on the bass clef go from G to A. Going from A all the way to the next octave up A without any sharps and flats is a minor scale. Major scale without any sharps and flats is C. You wonder why people complain about this stuff being hard to remember. It can sometimes appear to be as inconsistent and arbitrary as the imperial system. But for sound. Music theory lesson in under 30 seconds. Go! Dynamics! Dynamics is how loud or quiet you play. Dynamic markings are as follows. Pianissimo. PP. Piano. Mezzo piano. Mezzo forte. Forte! Fortissimo! Gradually increasing the volume is called a crescendo. Gradually decreasing the volume is called a decrescendo. People in the parking lot are looking at me funny. Now that you know how dynamics work, take out your compressor and get rid of it. Music theory lesson in under 30 seconds. Go! Note values part 2. Dots, cuts, and ties. Now that you know the regular note values, here's how to extend them beyond their natural lives. Got him! A dotted note, or rest, adds half of the duration to the original note value. For example, a dotted whole note is held for 6 beats. You are adding a half note to that whole note. A cut note is a note that makes up the difference from that dot. For example, with eighth note, a dotted eighth note will be worth 3/16 note. The cut note will be worth 1/16 note. You can tie notes of any values together, and this is particularly good for notes that extend over more than 1 bar. Music theory lesson in under 30 seconds. Go! Rests. Part 2. Turns out there's more to not playing than you thought there was. Picture this scenario. You're 14. You're in percussion class. You have ADHD. You're handed this sheet. Pure nightmare fuel. This is a multi-bar rest. The number on top of the rest indicates the number of measures that you rest for, which means you're not playing, but you're still counting. Sometimes I get handed a sheet that says the word tacit on it, which means you didn't make the cut, you got benched. Now you're waiting for the one percussionist who did get a part to call in sick so you can say, "Put me in, coach."